welcome to another Stitch of the Week. I know it's been a while since I've put any stitch tutorials out, so I am going to sit down and try to batch record some. For those of you that are new to my channel, I've been working my way through this book, showing you guys how to work each stitch. This week I am actually on stitch number 26, which is called the Allover texture stitch. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to work this stitch up. Hopefully I can get this book to kind of stay where I need it to stay. Of course it's not going to. Let's see. I've got stuff everywhere. Why would it stay where I want it to stay? That would just make things far too easy. Maybe it'll stay there. There we go. Okay, so first thing that we need is, I guess I should zoom in so that you guys can see what it is that I'm actually doing. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to chain an odd number plus 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then we need our plus 3. So 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, this will be the first time that I've ever done this stitch, just as much as it's the first time for you guys to do this stitch. I am learning it as we go. So, following the chart, begin every row with the stitches before, repeat the row. Repeat the marked pattern, repeat. So I think what it's telling me to do is we're going to slip stitch into the 4th chain from the hook. And then we are going to be working a double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch in the next chain. And then we're going to double crochet. And we're going to do that all the way till the end of the row. I can already tell this is going to be a stitch that is going to take some practice, just because it does use slip stitches. And slip stitches tend to always come out a little tighter, but we are going to be working into those slip stitches. Oh, there goes my book. Look here, man. I'm gonna need you to stay sitting up. You can't be falling all over the place. I might be able to zoom in a little bit further in case you guys are unable to see. Not too much, but it's about that's as far as I can go. So this starting chain here counts as a double crochet. Those 3 chains that we skipped, that's gonna be our first double crochet, it looks like. And for those of you that are interested in this book, I will leave it in the description box below so that you guys know where you can pick it up. Also, this particular stitch is on page 18. I'm still working my way through the basic variations of basic stitches. So in this last stitch here, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch, and then we're going to chain up 3. So this chain 3 does count as a stitch. We're going to turn our work, and this time we're going to slip stitch here in this next stitch. It looks like, hold on. We're gonna slip stitch in our double crochet. So this is our first stitch here. This is our first stitch of this row. We're gonna skip that, and we're going to slip stitch into the double crochet from the previous round. And then we're going to place a double crochet into the slip stitch from the previous row. And you can see those slip stitches are a little bit tight. I'm going to slip stitch into the double crochet. And then double crochet into the next stitch, which will be a slip stitch from the previous round. And we're going to work that all the way across. We're going to work that sequence all the way across our swatch here. You can tell I've used this yarn so many times for these stitch tutorials. Got one more slip stitch here, and then we have our chain 3 space. Of course, it's not wanting to go into that slip stitch. And then this chain 3 space, like I said, it does count. Hopefully I'm staying in focus and in frame, but this chain 3 does count as a double crochet, so we're going to be slip stitching on top of that chain right there. I like to try to catch both of the loops in a chain, but I imagine that it probably won't make too much of a difference if you only catch the one. Like, for example, I'm only under one of the bars for that top chain, but I prefer to catch both of them. I guess it's a symmetry thing, I don't know. But now I'm under both, and so I'm just going to slip stitch. Now you can see my work is bowing. If your work is doing that, you can actually use a slightly larger hook to do your base chain, and that should help. Or you can add a row of single crochet to make a foundation row of single crochet. So for the next round, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to chain up 3. We're going to skip this first slip stitch. And we are going to slip stitch into the double crochet from the previous round. And that is the entire stitch. It's just that one row repeat, and it only involves double crochets and slip stitches. So I am gonna go ahead and work up a swatch for you guys using this stitch, and I will meet back up with you guys once I have a decent size, and I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I'll give you my thoughts on this stitch as well. Alright, so here's what my swatch looks like. I can't zoom in any further. It does have a lot of, there's a lot of texture in this particular stitch. It gets much easier as you go along. I like this stitch, actually. I could see myself using it in a garment. I do like closed stitches for tops and things like that. And it's lightweight enough that I could probably make an entire top out of this using maybe like a weight 2 yarn, and it would be light, but it would also be closed. You know, I wouldn't have to worry about it being see-through, because for the most part this is a closed stitch. There's not too many spots. Now, of course, like right here along the edges, you could probably see there's a few holes there, but for the most part it's a closed stitch. I really like it. I like the texture, and I could totally see myself coming up with something in the future using this stitch. So yeah, anyways guys, that's what I have for you for this week's Stitch of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!